What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Land Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Sleds. With me, as always, Titan Mike Kessinger, in case they forgot who we are, since we've been away for so long.
Coronavirus!
We're back.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird.
We still have nothing to talk about. We just wanted to stare at each other across the
table. That wall back there is kind of
bare. There was a draft incident that we're not going to talk about at this moment.
It's a little bare back there.
Well, some shit happened, and we're going to leave it at that. That's for everybody that was not here to imagine. So, but we do now know what the schedule is. We knew who they were playing. We have to know when they were playing.
Right.
Which, I don't know why, but the schedule at least feels like an off-season win. Like, it's just like something to know to talk about. Like, other than that, like, oh, look, we're playing you on this day. But now it's like a huge big deal because, there's no sports. But it looks like things are coming together, though. This looks like sports are gonna gradually start. NASCAR is happening this coming weekend.
Yeah, I saw that. They're
UFC is going down.
They doing it with no fans, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no fans. Which I don't care.
Right, it's something to watch. We've been deprived for this long now. I mean, we had the NFL draft. Look, they had a record. Record crowd tuning in. So I mean, that was to be expected with no sports going on.
Yeah, I'm over watching Tiger King. You can only watch it so many times.
I still haven't watched it yet.
And I'm watching The Last Dance, but it's. Have you watched it?
I gotta catch up on it. I've only seen the first two.
Really?
Yeah.
There's 6 out already.
Yeah, I know. That, right? I'm way behind.
Yeah. Oh, I'm caught up. I watch those. I watch them on Monday. I come down here after Jackson goes to bed, and I watch them. And they're good. It's good. Pretty much what we already know. Like, there's not much new craziness. Like, nothing super shocking is being revealed. I mean,
I really enjoyed the first two, so I'm looking forward to catching up on the rest of them. I'll probably do that this weekend.
Yeah, what else you got to do?
Yeah, nothing.
Exactly.
Sit in my house, like I've been doing the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, same here. But hey, catch up. We can talk about that on the show. That could be one of our podcasts. That'd be something to talk about because there's not much. This is gonna probably be a short episode, anyways.
Yeah, we're trying to get back in the saddle here. We have a new call-in line number that's different from the one I posted the other day. So it's up at the top of the screen. If you want to call in, it's kind of a test run. So you might hear a press 1 to accept this call. We have to figure out the bugs with that and get rid of that shit. So, but it works. So if you want to call in and yell at us, talk to us, feel free to do so.
Be advised, you yell at me, I will yell back.
Yeah, Mike will yell back.
I will make you feel very, very small. I'm very good at belittling people. But, warning, call your own risk.
Hey, at least you're issuing the warning first, so I give you
call your own risk.
For that.
You can't be like, these dudes are assholes. Like, I told you before you called in, dude.
Right.
There's no FCA, FA, whatever it is, to,
FCC.
There you go.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah, there it is. To fine or hold me accountable for my actions or my language.
Right.
Except for free for all. But, I don't know how you want to start this off. We just want to do all schedule.
Yeah, why don't we start off with the schedule? That was the big news yesterday.
We gonna play the schedule game, Kevin?
We'll play the schedule game.
Alright. Did you happen to listen to Ken Carmen this morning?
No, I did not.
They did a schedule game. And those dudes, I'm pretty sure that it was not serious. But if they were serious, they're very, very delusional people because they had them 12-4.
Their schedule's tough. It's not easy.
It's not horrible either, though. I mean,
it's above average.
It's about average, dude. You're not playing much. Unless you're talking about your division, because the Ravens, I mean...
Yeah, the Ravens and the Steelers and the Bengals are going to be better. I don't know how much better, but they will be, in my opinion. I know. All hinges on Burrow.
It's not. You can't. It doesn't take much to be better than 2-14.
Yeah.
I mean.
True.
So, I mean, when Browns went 0-16 and 1-6, 1-15, 1-15 is a better record. You know. That's it.
Very true. Very true.
It's still better. Doesn't mean they're good. But so we'll do this. We'll go.
We're gonna do predictions now, like
scores.
Way too early predictions. A lot of wins and losses.
That's what the schedule game is. We're gonna predict the schedule. We got it right here in front of us, and we'll write it down, and then we will see how we fare as the season goes down. We'll post these up on our wall over here, and keep them for the foreseeable future until like Kevin gets really far behind
for everybody to laugh at.
Rips it down, and you can see how accurate like I am. So, all right, I'll let you start off since you're the Browns homer.
All right. Well, opening week, September 13th at Baltimore, 1 p.m. I think just like last season, starting out the season with some new guys, a new offense. There's going to be some chemistry issues at first. I'm gonna go with the Ravens in week 1. I'm gonna stay away from my homerism and.
But last year the Ravens lost the Browns the first time they played them.
They did.
So.
I just think it's gonna reverse this year. I think Lamar Jackson wasn't.
New system, new offense last year too.
I know, but Lamar Jackson wasn't Lamar Jackson when we first played him. And that was his last bad game.
That's the second year. It's the same thing he did.
Yeah, but I'm talking. That's when he took.
They kept him off the field.
That's when the Ravens
ran
took
the
off.
ball.
Right.
Look what Tennessee did to him. Like, I'm taking the Browns week 1.
Are you?
The Browns are gonna go with the W because they're gonna lean on that offensive line and that running game to keep Lamar Jackson off the field. And as long as Baker doesn't turn the ball over multiple times, the Browns can squeak by with the win.
Glenn said Browns 10-6, Ravens 11-5, Bengals 7-9, Steelers 12-4.
That dude's need to lay off the pipe.
He's a Steelers fan.
How are you gonna have three winning records in that division?
It's possible.
That's very, very unlikely.
The Browns, Ravens, and Steelers. That's very possible. They could all have nine wins or more.
Yeah, I could have 3. No, not happening.
I don't know. We'll see. That's his prediction.
The dude needs to not play the lottery ever.
Mike disagrees with you, Glenn.
Hardcore.
He's a Titans fan, though.
Steelers are not gonna. I'm not gonna. If we play Titans game, dude, I'm not putting high digits in there. I think I had them at 11-5. That's on the good end.
Yeah.
But cause I'm realistic.
All right, you're up with the Bengals.
Steelers, no way. Steelers are going 12-4. That's just Big Ben's crusty fat ass. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, it all depends on him.
They have no running game. None. Connor's a joke.
He's always hurt a lot. He said it happened in 2007 with the records.
Same record, so you're just repeating shit 13 years later? It's real original. Okay. So, Bengals, that's gonna be a win.
Yeah, I'll take the Browns in that one. I got them a win over the Redskins in week 3.
This is their first loss for me. Chase Young and Sweat are going to eat.
We've got that new improved offensive line.
You got a new right tackle and an untested left tackle. Watch Chase Young destroy.
Glenn wants to know if you want to put money on it on a bet.
That's the exact schedule that records come out?
Is that, Glenn, clarify.
I will put money right now that exact what you just quoted exactly is what's not going to come out. I will put money right the fuck now.
We might have a wager here.
You can't tell me they're all good 3 grand winning record because that's not a bet because that's a very big window to play with. But if you want to bet that what he just said, 12-4, 10-6, and 11-5, and then whatever, is going to be the exact outcome of that division, money right now. Put it where your mouth is.
Oh, let me know, Glenn. Or call in, 362-8120.
Yeah, call in, Glenn. Let's make a bet, Glenn.
All right, where are we at?
Week 4 with the Cowboys.
Cowboys, that's you.
Loss.
I agree with that.
See, the loss is varying on that Dak Prescott doesn't hold out and gets,
Right.
If he holds out, because there's a very good possibility Dak Prescott's going to be like, I want my contract.
Yeah.
And Andy Dalton's a starting quarterback. If Andy Dalton's a starting quarterback, I think the Browns can end up winning that game as long as they control Zeke.
Yeah, true.
But if Dak's in there, I think it's going to be a loss.
He said no that the Steelers win the division. That's what.
I never said that wasn't going to be that wasn't the option.
You just said they won't go 12-4.
No, they're not going to go 12-4. I don't think the Steelers will win the division. I think Baltimore wins that division. But like that's not for sure. But like I don't bet on like hardcore uncertainty. But I was literally going to take that.
I think
bet.
it's a toss-up between those two.
Those are probably two front runners. Yes.
Yeah, and Brown's best shot is a wild card, obviously. Colts. That's a tough one. They got Phillip Rivers now. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Win. I'll go win with that one. The Steelers. That's you.
In Pittsburgh, it's a loss.
In Pittsburgh, yep, I agree. At Bengals, I'm gonna go with the win there.
No, I think Joe Burrow wins that one.
You giving him that one?
That's a loss. Yeah, you rate the Raiders there. I'm gonna go one of the Raiders.
I'll go win with the Raiders also. Ooh, versus Texans. That's a tough one.
That's a loss. Deshaun's gonna carve you guys up. I know there's no D-Hop, but I think he's just he can get things done. He's a magician. Like
versus the Eagles.
Now so this is gonna be a loss here. Here's my hot take. All right, this is gonna be my hot take. All right, Carson Wentz will not be starting this game. Jalen Hurts will be the starting quarterback in Week 11 against the Browns.
Think so?
No,
because Wentz will be hurt. That's why.
I'm not gonna bet on it. Like
Wentz will be injured.
But that's gonna be, and Jalen Hurts is gonna, and then come in there and win. And Nick Foles magic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very possible.
I think they got a win against the Jaguars there in Week 12.
Yeah, I'll take that also. At Titans.
Loss.
Yeah, I'll go loss. Monday Night Football home against the Ravens.
I'm gonna go L. Who'd you take these?
I took the Browns in that one.
Alright, I got a W against the Giants.
Same.
It's going to be an OBJ revenge game. And I think him can go off.
At the Jets, I got to win.
Yeah.
And then last game, home versus the Steelers.
I'll go W. I think they're resting some starters for the playoff push. I think the Steelers will have backups in. The Browns will win that.
All right, so what do you got for record?
Browns going 8-8.
I got 10-6.
Browns go 8-8 under a new head coach, new regime on a
I think
fucked up offseason like it's gonna have.
With all the talent they have and the disappointment from last year, I think 8-8 is going to be a big disappointment, in my opinion.
How can that be a disappointment? Look at the season. Look at the offseason they have. There's going to be no OTAs, no training. There's going to be no time to really learn the new offense and new system going in there. So it's going to be a really basic, basic packages with a little bit of flair and flash to keep people unpredictable. If the Browns go 8-8 with a new head coach, new offensive line, pretty much, and this shortened off season, that's a hardcore win.
You think so?
Because it's 2+ wins than they had last year, and at 8-8, you can still maybe make the playoffs as a wild card because they added that 17 this year.
True.
It's a very good possibility. That's not as likely, but it could. But
I don't know. I'm still looking at that as a disappointing season though.
The first time you guys have been 500 above since when? And after a pandemic season like this where you had no contact until, a month before the season starts, if you're lucky, and you go 8-8 with the schedule you're playing, that's a win. I don't care.
I don't know.
If you go 7-9, that's a win. It's still improving from last year under strange circumstances.
Yeah.
You can't ask a brand new coach, a brand new team. It's damn near new. I understand they got all this talent in the world. We also got 2 receivers coming off of surgeries.
Right.
I mean...
Yeah, nothing major, though.
You have some unproven... Your defense is still kind of lackluster. There's nothing...
Yeah, the linebackers still scare me. They need to shore that up.
You drafted a safety in the second round that people call the first round talent, but why did he fall? Is his tackling as bad as everybody says? Is it really that bad? I mean, if it is... you have no idea what your defense is going to be like.
Right.
And if you go 8-8... I don't think any Browns fan anywhere is going to be upset with that situation. If that season pans out 8-8, you're not below 500.
I'd say 9-7 or 10-6. But
I don't see how it can be a disappointment. I really don't.
I just do. That's me being a Browns fan.
That's why people don't like Browns fans. Right there.
That's fine. We don't.
Because it has to be. I'm surprised you're not yelling Super Bowl, Super Browns right now.
No, I'm not that stupid. It's not happening.
But you guys, I'm glad you guys don't have as many primetime games as last year.
Yeah, well, after last season, they weren't going to get many. I mean, Tampa Bay's taking up all those.
That's so stupid,
got 5 of them.
Man.
Yeah, we got 2 of them. A Thursday night and Monday night.
Tennessee has 3. We have a Sunday night, a Thursday night, and a Monday night. We open the season on Monday night. The second game, I hate when they do that.
Oh,
shit.
the second game.
Yeah, 10 o'clock at night. I gotta get up till 1 in the morning, watch your fucking football.
Yeah, that's no fun.
The fuck?
But you're a diehard, and you'll be
Yeah,
seeing
I gotta go into work tomorrow. Request September 15th off because I can't get up and walk 10 miles after having like 4 hours of sleep. No way in hell, I would die. But
So looking at some of the Week 1 matchups for the NFL, like you said, the openers Thursday night. They got the Texans and the Chiefs.
Which I can see Mahomes there, but like Texans, like they're not as.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're doing.
I understand the marquee quarterbacks,
Right,
Watson
right.
versus Mahomes, but like.
Yeah, that part I understand.
But you don't have D-Hop no more, so the Texans aren't like. What are you got? Will Fuller, like.
Right.
He don't scare me, and a
No.
busted up David Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
They're not quite as potent as they were last year.
No, like I'm not.
And you got the Seahawks and the Falcons, Eagles and the Redskins. These are all the 1 o'clock games. Dolphins at Patriots, Packers and Vikings, Colts and Jaguars, Bears and Falcons, Browns Ravens, of course, the Jets at the Bills, the Raiders at the Panthers. And then the 4 o'clock games are the Chargers at the Bengals, Tampa Bay at New Orleans.
That's
all eyes will be on that
good
one.
game.
Yeah.
So that Chargers Bengals game, because I want to see if Herbert, if he starts.
Yeah, it could be the two
Burrow
rookies
versus
against each
Herbert,
other.
yeah.
And you
And
got Arizona and San Francisco.
This is the dumbest Monday night game. Steelers and Giants. Like,
right.
Who wants to watch that? Like, that's not even a game.
Yeah, it's not very exciting.
Like, I can see, the Titans, they were runner-up in the AFC.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can see why they got some primetime games. I'm not even trying to say, like, they should be there 100%, like, but I can see it more than, like, Steelers and Giants. Like, 8-8 and top 5 pick in the draft. Like,
right.
Why are you on Monday Night Football week 1?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And I don't understand that one.
The Broncos, okay, they just added some offense. Like, they have a potent offense. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And Drell Casey now plays for the Broncos, so there's a lot of. I mean, I see that. But, like, I don't know, man. I think the best game is going to be the Cowboys, Rams, Bucks, Saints.
Yeah, Bucks, Saints for sure. That's the one everybody
Packers,
be watching.
Vikings. I kind of want to see what this Patriots team looks like with non-Brady. Do they have I've seen predictions like the Bills when they're going 12-4. The Bills are gonna be exciting.
They're gonna be tough.
I like them. I like it.
So who's the quarterback in New England right now? Is it Steve?
Where?
New England.
Hoyer or Stidham. They're gonna battle out. See.
Where do you see Cam Newton ending up at? I know he said he's willing to take a backup job now.
Oh, now he is?
Yeah, he said that. It was yesterday or today. Because, I mean, how many starting jobs are still out there right now? New England, obviously, but they don't seem interested.
Jaguars could probably get him.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, they just signed McCown or McGowan. One of the two. One of the mix. I think I'm McGowan.
Winston went to New Orleans, didn't he?
That's smart, though.
Yeah.
I see that.
I guess Pittsburgh Steelers made him a bigger offer. Same with Andy Dalton, both those guys.
Steelers made Andy Dalton an offer?
Yeah, they made Dalton and Winston both bigger offers. That they turned down the bigger offers from Pittsburgh to go to Dallas and New Orleans.
I just don't think Dalton wanted to go play his old team twice a year.
No.
I think that's probably he wanted to get out
Just
of
wanted
it.
a fresh start.
New conference, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, which I don't see, like, his chance of becoming a starter in Dallas is very slim.
Yeah, Prescott.
Unless Jerry Jones is just that racist. where he's just not going to pay Dalton or Dak, and Dak walks, and Dalton's going to be the heir apparent.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which
You
is
know, hey, you
stupid
can't put
shit.
anything past Jerry Jones. You never know what the hell. I mean, nothing he does surprises me. So
I don't know, maybe the Vikings. I mean, not the Vikings. The Rams could be a spot for him.
I don't know. Somebody's going to pick him up at some point.
Maybe the Redskins, but
I think New England's looking to tank to pull
they're gonna try
a
to
Golden
get
State
Tua.
Warriors.
They're gonna get Tua, and then I'm gonna have to go to New England and blow up Gillette Stadium because if New England ends up getting Trevor Lawrence, not Tua, I'm sorry, Trevor,
So that's what I thought you said. I'm like, wait.
Trevor
wait.
Lawrence,
All right.
I'll be so pissed off.
Yeah, that's what Troy's hoping for. He already mentioned that at the draft.
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Bill Belichick would make his cut that hair too.
Oh yeah, that'd
Watch.
be funny.
It would literally be like the fucking movie.
Oh yeah,
Cut his
that
hair.
shit'll be gone.
Dude, and there's no way in hell Belichick's like,
All right, so I printed out got the updated Browns depth chart. Run through here real quick.
which I think is too early to talk about.
Yeah, because you still got a lot of
cuts
free agency left, and I still think
and
they're gonna
cuts and
bring in a couple more guys.
yeah. I wouldn't count on Clowney because Clowney's gonna want 13, 14 million.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. They came close to a deal supposedly, and something with the physical that they couldn't get worked out, and that kind of went by the wayside.
I
So
don't think they're lying. They have Garrett. They have
I think Vernon
Vernon. Will be
staying. Hopefully he can stay. If he stays healthy, he's productive. But that's
well,
the
if you
problem.
keep Miles Garrett in there, then Vernon doesn't do everything by himself. So you
Right.
don't need to have an elite.
And they signed Claiborne. They got a
Claiborne,
decent
he'll be
backup now. And
Situational there, yeah. I mean,
Chad Thomas played decent last year, so they got a nice rotation there.
I think you guys need to go linebacker because you
Yeah,
adjust
we'll get to that after this. After looking at the depth chart,
very,
we've got
very sparingly.
some guys out there that can help for sure. Right now, you look at the receivers. The top four, obviously, right now are OBJ, Landry, Donovan Peoples-Jones, and Rashard Higgins. 3, Peoples-Jones is your 4th guy right now. And then there's a handful of guys fighting for that 5th spot. A couple undrafted
You think
guys.
Peoples-Jones is your 4th receiver?
I think he's gonna be. Yeah. I mean, look at what he has for competition.
Yeah,
No.
Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, and then you got probably
Rashard Higgins.
Higgins is 3. I think Tywan Taylor.
Yeah, he didn't really get to play much last
No,
year.
he's not going to get to play, but now
He's the most experienced of all
I think
the guys.
I think he beats out Moore, Ratley, and I think he even beats out people. I think Peoples-Jones.
I mean, obviously,
you might be your 5th option.
Ratley and Kadarius Hodge have the advantage because they were here last year.
Rat-
But it's a new playbook, so
And see, that's the thing. Stefanski's playbook fits receivers like Tywan Taylor and Damon Ratley.
yeah.
Short button routes, short distance routes, quick release. Just boom, boom, boom. No, there's no long
That's
routes.
what they need, another productive slot guy.
And Tywan Taylor can be that. I watched him in Tennessee. I mean, he can be productive.
Left tackle, obviously, we've got that short up and out with Jedrick Wills, Chris Hubbard. The big dude they signed, undrafted free agent Alex Taylor. I think we talked about him on our last recorded episode. He's 6'10", kind of a project type guy. Guard, you got Joel Matonio. Obviously, you're set there. Not a whole lot behind him. J.C. Treader at center. Nick Harris is your new backup center. Draftee. You could be the future center in another year or two.
That's what I was talking to you about the Saints. Like you said, your left guard, your guard spots are kind of weak.
Right. Right guard is kind of up in the air right now. Wyatt Teller's listed. He was the starter at the end of last year, so he's the starter right now. He's going to get a lot of competition from who am I thinking of? Oh, Chris Hubbard, moving from right tackle, could possibly move to right guard.
I'd watch Larry Warford. He was, like I said earlier before the show started, he was cut.
Yeah.
He was cut by the Saints.
Yeah, you mentioned that before the
He
show.
could be a solid pickup depth. Like he could literally he'd be your number 2 guard, like swing guard.
Right.
He can play both left and right. He can even play center if you want. He's not as good there, but
And right tackle, obviously the big free agent signing, Jack Conklin. They still got Kendall Lamb floating around to play the 2 tackle spots back up. Tight end, they're pretty solid. We got obviously Austin Hooper, the big signing. They'll probably start 2 tight ends. David Njoku, they picked up his 5th-year option, so he's obviously in the long-term plans. Stefanski likes him.
I think they picked it up to see what he's about. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's there next year. I really don't think.
The thing that's always bothered me is he'll make the difficult catches and the easy one he drops. And he also has a problem with the injury bug at times.
I think Njoku's gone after the season. Like, I know they picked his option up for next year, but we know you still trade him. It's not an issue.
And then they got Harrison Bryant, their
4th
round pick. He'll probably be the 3rd guy, and then you got a couple other pretty good guys. Pharaoh Brown did some nice things last year.
I can't believe they let Ricky Seals-Jones.
I know. I was surprised. I liked him a lot. He went to Tampa Bay. Figures.
I don't know why they just signed Gronk. They have O.J. Howard. Like, that's just a lot of tight ends. So I don't think he makes the team. I don't think Seals-Jones.
Yeah, he might not with those 2 for sure. The quarterback, obviously, you're set there. I got Baker Mayfield. Gave some pretty good money to Case Keenum to come in as the backup. Had a reliable veteran backup. And the 3rd quarterback spot's pretty much going to be up to Garrett Gilbert, who was the backup last year. And then undrafted rookie free agent Kevin Davidson that they brought in out of the Ivy League. Running back, another spot you're set. You got Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt as your top 2. Dontrell Hilliard right now is the 3rd back. He was the kick returner last year. He'll get pushed. Dearness Johnson, another holdover they had that they liked from last year. And there's a couple undrafted rookie running backs that have some talent that might push for those guys in training camp. Fullback, Andy Janovich, the Hunter.
There's 2. Where's this at?
Yeah, they got another. Where's he at?
They traded for the guy.
Without Janovich is the one they traded for. Johnny Stanton is the guy they signed from the Vikings. So he's also in the mix. And you go to the defensive side of the ball, this is where they need, obviously, a lot more work. Defensive end, obviously we talked about Myles Garrett. Olivier Vernon on the other side. You got Chad Thomas. Adrian Claiborne, who they signed as a free agent. Also, Chad Thomas from last year, had 3-4 sacks last year. Showed some more promise again when he got some more playing time. So they're pretty much set there. Defensive tackle, they're solid. Larry Ogunjobi, Sheldon Richardson are back. That's the starters from last year. They signed Andrew Billings, brought him over from Cincinnati, and then drafted Jordan Elliott in the 3rd round. So they're pretty set at defensive tackle as well. This is where it gets iffy, the linebackers. Right now, your starting linebackers are Mack Wilson, who started most of last year, Sione Takitaki, their draft pick from last year, who played sparingly and on special teams, and then their draft pick from this year, Jacob Phillips. And behind them, there's not much. Willie Harvey, who was an undrafted free agent who made the team last year, B.J. Goodson, who's a backup they signed from the Packers. So, like I said,
I think B.J. Goodson beats out Taki. Goodson's going to be
he might, because of his experience.
I think he's just going to be a better off player.
But in a few minutes, we'll go over some guys who we think we can bring in and help, because that's one area they definitely need help. Defensive backs, you got Denzel Ward at corner, along with Greedy Williams as your starters. Terrence Mitchell's back. You signed Kevin Johnson. And highly regarded undrafted free agent A.J. Green they also brought in, who's, I heard, pretty much a lock to make the team. They gave him some guaranteed money. So you're pretty set there. At safety, you brought in Carl Joseph, a free agent from the Raiders, a solid addition. Obviously, your draft pick, Grant Delpit, 2nd-round pick. And behind them, you got Sheldrick Redwine, 4th-round pick from last year, who played pretty decent when he got in there, and J.T. Hassel, who was on the team as an undrafted guy last year. And Anthony Sandejo, who they brought in from the Minnesota Vikings for some depth. So that's the depth chart, the early depth chart. Like we said, I'm sure there will be some more additions. We got our free agent list here. we can go over guys we think they can bring in to help out. I highlighted a few guys. I don't know. You might have some more you want to add.
Well,
it was mainly linebacker, since that's the
defense side of the ball. I said it earlier. Clowney's available, Griffin's available. Those are the big names out there. And to be honest, I really don't think the Browns can address the defensive line anymore. I think the defensive line is okay. As long as they stay healthy, the defensive line,
if Ernest stays healthy,
could be a top 10 defensive line, and could be if this stays healthy. Everybody's productive like they are. Because Miles last year, before he got suspended and tried to kill Ben Roethlisberger, he was almost 10 sacks in 10 games, or 8 and 8. He was 1 sack a game. He's averaging a sack a game.
Right.
So he was on his way to defensive player of the year awards. Defensive MVP. He was on that. He was playing that level. But if he can get back to that playing that level, the way he was, and Olivier Vernon can get to somewhat where he was, dominance in New York, and stay healthy, I think they're fine. Like we were talking about earlier, their linebacker core is trash.
Yeah, it's bad.
When you have a rookie can be a starting linebacker and 2 sophomores looking at your starting linebackers, you have no veteran leadership there. B.J. Goodwin's a veteran, but I don't know how much leadership he's going to have. I think he could win out over Sione Takitaki, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Clay Matthews, he had 8 sacks last year with the Rams. Yeah, he's old, but he was still productive. 8 sacks is...
Yeah, it's very productive in my opinion.
Is more than half your guys' defensive line.
Right.
All right? So he can come in there and add playoff experience, veteran experience, big game experience. His father's Cleveland royalty.
He'd want to come back and play for his dad.
There's a Cleveland connection there,
right.
And he would literally be able, we're not saying he's going to be a 3-down linebacker, all game, but he can come in there and play maybe half the defensive snaps a game, and if he can pressure the quarterback and get 6 to 8 sacks this year,
well, he's
fine.
He's going to give you more production than what you have right now. That's the bottom line.
Ogletree, there's Darren Lee, there's Ogletree, there's who's the other guy?
Nigel Bradham.
Bradham, yeah.
He's still out there.
Kendricks is the guy I looked at.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
You signed him last year. Freaked out about his little insider trading shit.
Oh, I think we got a caller here.
Press 1 to start the call or 2 to decline. The call will start at the beep.
Welcome to the Land Sports Podcast. Who are we talking to?
Oh, man, it's the general manager of OCW.
Hey, what's up, Glenn?
Oh, nothing. I had to interrupt this Browns thing.
Uh-oh.
Guys, poof. Offense will score 31 points. Defense will probably let 35 points scored on them.
At this point, yeah.
That's going to be the problem with the Browns. The offense isn't going to be the problem. It's going to be the defense.
Well, that's what we were just talking about. The linebacking core right now is really shaky.
Oh, yeah.
They'll eat them up in the middle.
Yeah.
No arguments there.
They'll eat them up in the middle. The tight ends will have a field day.
Oh, I agree.
That's why we're talking about Darren Lee and Kendricks are still available. They're faster, sideline to side. Darren Lee can play sideline to side, and he can cover from tight ends. Kendricks can give you in the box, stop the run, and he can also cover those tight ends. If you ask them to play slot receivers, you're going to get burned all day because they're not those type of linebackers. They're not Simmons or a Shazier type caliber, but like I was saying, Darren Lee and Kendricks, if they can sign those guys and add those to their linebacker core, I think that solidifies it. And I think it washes away the problem that they may have because you're going to cover those tight ends with those 2 linebackers, and you're going to have depth, veteran depth, experience that they don't have, and it's a win. And probably get those both on cheaper contracts too.
Yeah,
real cheap.
I believe if you sign Matthews, he would be great for Taki.
Yeah,
definitely.
They're the same type of player at that age, younger age. I think he'd be good to develop under him. The problem is I think Cleveland is okay with what they have defensive-wise, and that's probably what's going to hurt them.
Yeah, I think they're sitting there. They're in the mindset they want to see what they have, and they don't want to add too much to the pot because they add too much to the pot, the recipe gets clouded and the dish becomes muddied. So
yes.
I think they...
Yeah, because next year they're gonna have to fork out almost too much money. Somebody's gonna be gone.
Well, next year they're losing a lot of people. Half the people they sign, all but 2 people they sign at free agency around 1 year improvement deals.
Yeah.
So if they all don't work out, all this money, all these people they sign this year are gone anyways.
I think that they'll have to move either Landry or OBJ after this year.
And
for the money.
Maybe not because Vernon's gone. That's $15 million right there, right? You're not re-signing Vernon, and depending on how you do in this, you could. end up getting another defensive end of the draft.
True.
I mean, does it mean... And then you could end up signing Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry to an extension if they have mediocre to above average. If Odell Beckham balls out 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns, you're trading him because you're not giving him the $18 million he's going to garner and want after his contract. He's going to I'm still a top 10 receiver in the NFL. I want to be paid like one.
Right.
He's not a $14 million contract. It's not even that much money for
No.
an elite receiver that he used to be. So if he goes out and balls, he's 14. You're adding $5 million to the year to that, and you're not going to do that.
They could trade OBJ halfway through the season as well.
See, that's all if they're falling out of contention. If they're like
things go to shit.
If they get to the bye week in week 9 and they're like 3-6, I can see them start moving pieces and Odell Beckham trying to move Living Vernon and a Kareem Hunt to get some cap
Cap relief?
No, get
what
some.
What are you looking for here?
Draft.
Yeah, all right. Draft capital.
There you go, draft capital.
Capital. All right, we got it.
I got half retarded there. I couldn't speak. Draft capital with those people. You can get a couple third rounders and then maybe a second for those players if they're having decent seasons.
Yeah.
And then you can start rebuilding. You keep the core, which is Baker, Jarvis.
Yeah, but you don't. As a Browns fan, you wouldn't want to rebuild. You're pretty much where you need to be.
You're not gonna That's not I don't think you're rebuilding. So if you're moving,
retool.
You're more retooling. You're doing more what who just did this? You're doing more what Washington did. They didn't really rebuild. They just added a couple things. They didn't go crazy. They drafted a quarterback. And they're going to prove it. They're not just, we need another quarterback. They didn't do the Arizona.
Well,
Draft Rosen and then draft.
That's the thing. They may need another quarterback.
Well, we'll see what Haskins does. Another year.
This poor guy. Baker Mayfield really hasn't got a shot in the NFL due to 3 coaches in 3 years. Doesn't help his cause.
No.
But you don't sign a Case Keenum to 3 years, $33 million to sit the bench, in my opinion.
Well, the Eagles signed the Nick Foles to a big contract to set the bench and just got lucky, and the Wentz got hurt and he able to come up.
Right.
You sign smart franchises sign good backup quarterbacks because you got to bring that back. You want a solid backup quarterback, especially playing in the AFC North. It's a trench fight down there. It's trench warfare in the AFC North. It's gritty, blue collar football. So if you don't look at the Steelers, if they had a legitimate backup quarterback last year, you guys wouldn't be 8-8.
They just tried to get Andy Dalton and
if
James Winston.
If you'd have had a Nick Foles last year or a Case Keenum, you guys would probably be looking at a playoff team easily, without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's why you pay those quarterbacks.
Right.
You pay backup quarterbacks. If you have a good backup quarterback and your guy goes down, guess what? You're not missing a big beat. So I see.
Well, unfortunately, I think the Steelers are stuck on Mason Rudolph being the backup, which is a shame. But I think a lot of people are going to learn really fast that I think Paxton Lynch could move up to the number 2 slot.
I don't know. He was real trash in Denver. That's why that experiment.
I actually liked him out of college too.
I like him coming out of college too.
That Denver team was trash.
Maybe he'll be a late bloomer.
Denver team was similar to the Steelers team. Like they had a good defense, but
no offense.
No, their offense was like, man, you guys only have you have Juju this year. That's it. Connor, you can't trust Connor. Samuels is nothing.
No.
I mean,
well, McFarland will be the starter. I think McFarland will be the starter.
Okay,
well,
he still is a rookie, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know.
Sure, but I think he'll win out.
Well, the competition there is not that high. So, yeah, he has a good shot, but I don't know how productive he's going to be. Like, as running backs, for every one that makes it, 7, 8 fail. So, we'll play the see a game in Pitt.
But the Steelers do have a good system that's set up for a running back.
True. It's been a plug-and-play franchise. You can put people in there in certain positions, and they excel.
Yep.
Sure.
Then, it's kind of with a quarterback. As long as you have a decent quarterback there, and that's what happened. You guys have been lucky with Big Ben over the years that he makes everybody around him better.
Sure, and I think Juju's going to have a huge year because Claypool's going to take a lot of that heat off of him.
Hopefully, but usually when your guys' receivers have been dominant, when you've had the Antonio Browns and stuff, you've had a solid running game that made defenses play honest. Right now, you don't have that, so they're just going to cover Juju and make Big Ben beat you with your second, third, and fourth option, and that's
I think Johnson's going to have a better year.
Yeah.
I think Johnson's got a chance to really shine. Washington, if he had probably had a quarterback thrown to him, he didn't have bad stats last year with a shitty quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, your quarterback
So,
play literally ruined your whole year. So
Yes, I do think they may still look for a backup quarterback. I know that Dallas just cut
what's his name?
their backup from last year. So
Brandon Weeden.
Oh yeah.
No.
They cut Brandon Weeden. That's who they cut.
Oh, they cut another guy too, another quarterback too.
What about Cam Newton? He said he's willing to take a backup job.
No, Cam Newton's a head case. I think that guy's lost his mind. I think a team doesn't just give up on a quarterback like that.
Well, it's injury bugs. That really took him down. His shoulder. When you're a quarterback that moves and takes a punishment, he's just a faster Big Ben. That's all he is. He's a faster Big Ben. Yeah. He plays like that Big Ben.
See,
in the beginning.
That's why I think Baltimore won't do that good. I've got a feeling eventually Lamar's going to get hurt.
Yeah, with that style, he's definitely prone to getting injured.
He's going to get hurt. He's going to
get
hurt.
But that's why I think that's why they drafted J.K. Dobbins when they did, is to allow more weapons in the running game, better weapons in the running game, so he doesn't have to run the ball as much. I think his rushing attempts and his yards, or at least his attempts, are going to go. You're going to see it drop by 15, 20 plays. I'll put money on it. They drop this year. Because they're going to look at it.
I agree.
Yeah.
They're going to look at it. You're going to die if you do this.
Right.
And then, Josh Rosen is also, you could probably get a trade with Josh Rosen could be available. Dolphins could end up cutting him,
Yeah.
That guy's trash, too.
Yeah, he's not
but he's probably better than what you have now, and Rudolph and...
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. I think Paxton Lynch could actually fit this system.
He might be a late bloomer. I mean, it's...
Maybe.
I don't even think it was a late bloomer. If you look at really, the team that he had in Denver, the line was trash.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid he could only get 2.3 seconds when he,
Well, line didn't change
before he
that
had to get
much.
rid of the ball.
Line hasn't been drastically improved since then, and Drew Lock looked really, really good after Flacco went down. Flacco's still available. We could bring Flacco in as a backup.
Oh, God, no.
Why? He beat you for years, so why not?
He didn't really beat us for years.
They had winning records for many years.
We have more wins than losses on him. So.
He has more Super Bowl rings than Big Ben.
No, I don't think so, bud.
Big Ben has what, 1?
2.
And Flacco has 2 too. Then.
They're even then.
Then they're
Flacco's
even.
got 1, I think.
Pretty sure they won.
I thought he had 2. Maybe it is 1.
He has 1. They lost 1.
Okay. You might be right.
Yeah, Big Ben still owns the North right now.
Yeah, he does. Until we knock him off, he does. Can't dispute that.
Let's just take a Myles Garrett helmet. We'll just run out this guy. We'll be all right.
I think Big Ben would have had a different approach than Mason Rudolph had.
Probably.
He's a little bit bigger of a guy.
Yeah.
But, nobody, the sad part is nobody can say even Ben can play yet.
Right.
Yeah,
nobody knows what's going to happen.
This dude need to lose 25 more pounds. Shave
or
that
30.
beard. This dude's not Brett Kiesel, all right? You need to shave that beard. All right, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. It's it's either he's going to be the best he's been in years, or it's going to be shit.
Well, it may take him half a season too.
There's no middle. It's not going to be that he's decent enough to get us in the playoffs.
Right.
I think that's how it's going to be. I just don't think there's going to be. I think he's going to be a game manager. I literally think that's how it's going to be. I hate to
if you
disagree.
can game manage with that defense, you got a shot.
Yeah. I hate to disagree, but I don't think he's gonna. You're not gonna see no young Big Ben stats out there. And I don't think he's gonna be any worse than what you guys had last year. I think he's gonna be middle of the road.
He's not gonna be what he was
before.
He's gonna be a
16, 17, 18 ranked quarterback. Maybe high 2s, low 3,000 yards, 25, 27 touchdowns, but maybe 12 interceptions. That's his stat line, I believe.
You know what though? I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'm sure, and I'm not saying you wouldn't.
That
Probably gets you into the playoffs, and maybe depending how the Ravens do, maybe win the division. I really don't think Steelers win the division. I think Big Ben is over the hill, and I don't think him coming back is enough to push that offense. The offense doesn't have the weapons that it needs to compete.
Well, we don't know yet.
It's unproven.
That's a good part about the NFL is you really don't know. We got a lot of second-year guys coming up, that could really break out.
And so do the Ravens.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they're
or,
only gonna get
there
better
you go.
too. Like I think they're only gonna get better.
I still want to cry over J.K. Dobbins.
I mean, the only thing that slows them down is if Lamar Jackson literally gets hurt.
Yeah.
If Lamar Jackson
Or if
stays
they go
healthy.
back and watch the film from the playoffs last year where Lamar got shut down.
Yeah.
Lamar didn't really get shut down. The Tennessee ran the ball and just cut them off the field. Lamar Jackson, look at the stats, he still threw for like 300 yards.
Right.
350
well,
yards.
if you really look at it, it kind of looks like Cleveland and Pittsburgh's trying to follow that.
Well,
That's
Cleveland
true as
did
well.
when Cleveland beat Baltimore last year. That's what they did. Nick Chubb went off and kept them off the field, and Tennessee beat them. Derrick Henry
Right.
almost ran for like 160 yards, 140 yards, and kept them off the field. That's how you beat Lamar Jackson. You're not really slowing him down. You're just keeping him off the field. That's how you beat Michael
Sure.
Vick. That's how you beat
No, I
Tom
agree.
Brady. You keep them off the field, and you make them play catch up, and that's what happens.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Now, see,
And
in my opinion, Cleveland should have the best offense.
on paper, yes.
Yeah, on
100%.
paper, they do.
And to be honest, if you rank them,
And Pittsburgh should have the best defense. That's my opinion. I don't think Baltimore's defense is going to be.
they added
Great.
Calais Campbell, and their defense was pretty good last year. Earl Thomas is there. I mean, you got they
Yeah,
added.
but Earl Thomas might not be there.
Yeah, he just got held.
He didn't do anything wrong. He had
I
a
know.
threesome. That's not illegal. And his wife went stoop like, dude, you do you. Your wife wasn't doing anything for you. If you want to have a threesome with your brother and some stripper, fine, whatever. I don't care. He didn't rob a bank. He didn't hold a gun to nobody. He got caught having sex. I think you can't suspend him.
Yeah, but how good was Earl Thomas last year?
He was. I think he was in the
He was decent.
top 12 safeties.
Yeah. He's not elite like he used to.
I didn't
be,
think he was that good.
He wasn't. He's not. Because you gotta look at Earl Thomas from Seattle when he had Legion of Boom. You can't compare that because there was so much help
Yeah,
around there.
much more talent around.
Much
there.
more talent around there
Oh,
that
I
made
agree.
everybody look so much better. I mean,
I agree.
so him now he did just fine playing in Baltimore. Like he didn't lose games for them. He probably helped them win more games than he helped them lose.
Sure.
So
See, my sleeper team is Buffalo. I think Buffalo is going to be the team to try to beat.
Yeah,
I was
agree.
talking about them all last year. You can ask Kevin. And then they added who they add with their pick.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh
think
man,
off
they
the
added
top
some.
of
They had some talent.
Oh, they added a lot of talent.
AJ Epineza from Iowa,
Yeah.
the defensive end,
Yeah.
who I wanted hardcore in Tennessee. I think he's got him, and then you have
Yeah, their defense was
Ed
already.
Oliver there on that line is gonna
Nasty.
be nasty. Like, and
Yeah.
Tre'Davious White.
Then they signed a wide receiver too in free agency.
they
got
traded for
Stephon
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, that was big.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, for
Yes,
Diggs.
so
yeah,
Diggs
yeah.
is gonna be as long as Diggs can stay focused. And
Yeah, it's going to be. They're my sleeper team. They're my early predictions that come out of the NFC.
I agree.
I don't even know, like, you could, like I think they're one of the front runners in the AFC. Like, you got Kansas City, Baltimore, and then if we put anybody behind it, just out of because they were there, maybe Tennessee and Buffalo. Because Tennessee was in the AFC
I
Championship.
think Tennessee could do okay too.
Yeah, Tennessee was in, as long as they stick to the game plan, that they did last year.
As
Well,
long
it's going
as
to depend
Tannehill.
on Tannehill.
Yeah, if he can
I think
do what he
it's
did
gonna-
last
it's gonna
year
stand on
for a
Derrick-
full season.
Derrick Henry, I think Derrick Henry can be as monstrous as he
Well,
was.
he's going to be
That's
the
what helped.
workhorse.
That's what helped Tannehill be what Tannehill was, because it wasn't on Tannehill's shoulders to win these games. Derrick
Right.
Henry carried the whole team, and
Right.
Tannehill just
Now, I
had to
do
make a couple throws here and there.
Right. Now, I do have a bold prediction. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be any good.
I can't agree with that.
Yeah,
I don't think
Tom Brady now has the most weapons he's ever had in his career. At one time, I'm not saying the best weapons because he had a Randy Moss that he went stupid with, and he had a prime Gronk that he went stupid with.
Julian
But I'm
Edelman.
talking about a collective group of talent, and you have probably 2 of the top 8 receivers in the NFL from last year on his team right now, in Goodwin and Mike Evans.
Right.
And then you add Gronk. If Gronk literally had a year off to just get healthy,
Yeah,
because that's what has been his big problem.
I don't know. I
One-
just don't.
As long as if he's in football shape, like, I think Gronk, he might not be effective in the first couple weeks, but I think by week 4 or 5, Gronk finds the move and finds the groove.
If you don't get hurt.
Yes, but he's had a whole year now. He's been, no football, and just all his injuries are gonna be healed because
Yeah.
he's always had nagging injuries, an elbow, a knee. He's never been 100% healthy. He had a full year off just to recoup and get healthy. I think that's why he retired. I think Brady. I think this literally was known was gonna happen. Brady's like, I want to go here. you retire, get healthy. I have a feeling this is what it was all was collusion.
My thing is I don't think that the system that Arians runs fits Brady at all.
So
it's pass heavy, that's for sure.
Now look at it this way: if you Jameis Winston, Tom Brady last year or Jameis Winston last year, pick one.
What's that?
Pick a quarterback: Tom Brady of last year or Jameis Winston of last year. Now just pick a name out, and I'll tell you why I won't go this way.
I mean, in all honesty, if Jameis Winston had the weapons that they got down there now,
he has.
He may have been okay.
The only thing he doesn't have from last year is Gronk. That's it.
Yeah, but that helps a lot because if you don't have a tight end up the middle,
you have O.J. Howard, who is a pretty good tight end. But see, wait, now you're backtracking a little bit because you just said that Gronk may not be healthy.
But he's no Gronk. He's not a Gronk.
No, I'm not saying O.J. Howard's Gronk. No, but
at all.
But if you let's just say, without looking at the team,
there's nothing wrong with Jameis Winston. I wish that Pittsburgh would have signed.
Yeah, based off of last year. Just last year alone on the teams they're on, who would you rather have, Jameis Winston or Tom Brady?
I would have probably took Jameis Winston.
Okay, so hear me out. Jameis Winston last year had 31 touchdowns and 30 interceptions, right? He literally is his own ESPN 30 for 30, right? Tom Brady had like 24, 25 touchdowns and like 7 interceptions, 11 interceptions, something like that. Don't quote me.
How many yards?
Well, no, listen, I'm getting to this. He didn't have nowhere near yards because he didn't have one lonely white receiver. All right, because that was like that was it. You had no tight ends. The tight ends was trash. You had one lonely. That's a lonely white boy. All right, in NFL, like, you ain't nothing. That's not enough, and that's why Tom Brady lost last year because he didn't have the weapons he normally has in New England. But if you put Tom Brady on New England, on Tampa Bay last year with the stats Tom Brady had, they're a playoff team, 100%.
I don't think so. The offensive line in Tampa Bay was not that great either.
Tom Brady doesn't need time to throw. If you look at it, Tom Brady in his career has always been short, quick passes across the middle. He doesn't need that much time. He doesn't drop back in the pocket. He's not a Peyton Manning or Drew Brees where he does these big bomb routes. If you look at his career,
also had good tight ends to be able to do that.
O.J. Howard is an upgrade.
He was down a lot.
In New England, but if you put Tom Brady on Tampa Bay last year, they're a playoff team.
That's the one thing, though. With the short passes, you talk about he had Julian Edelman. He doesn't have that short yardage threat.
You have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans could be playing the slot.
And he doesn't have the Bill Belichick system either.
You have O.J. Howard. I mean, he had the weapons to go across the middle, short dump ball passes. I'm not 100% all day long.
His offensive coordinator is Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, well, okay, but Jameis Winston put up 5,000 yards with Byron Leftwich.
Well, yeah, because they run the Bruce Arians offense, which Big Ben played in for years.
Yeah, well, I'm saying.
Big Ben looks so good.
Tom Brady in that offense it'd be adjusted a little bit, but it's not going to be much different. It's going to be just shorter routes and quicker releases. That's all it is, and that's very easy to adjust.
But that's not Bruce Arians' offense. That's what I'm trying to say.
It is now. And you don't think Bruce Arians is not going to bring in a quarterback that can't do his offense. Bruce Arians wants to win. This is his last go.
Yeah, I don't think Tom Brady can run that offense.
That's why not the offense they ran last year, but they're going to change it. If you bring Tom Brady, what I'm getting at, if you bring Tom Brady in there, that's going to alter the offense last year. Tampa Bay is a playoff team. Just like this year, put money on Tampa Bay is a playoff team. Do I think they're going to go 12-4 like everybody thinks of the year? No. I think they make the playoffs. I think the Saints are still the best team in the South, and we're going to see that at Week 1.
I think he'll make adjustments to fit Tom Brady.
Yes, Bruce Arians is not an idiot. They do have a quarterback that, with weapons, can still play the game. Like, he had nothing last year. Nothing. And he still made the playoffs.
He looked a lot tired towards the end of the year.
Yeah, because he was trying so hard to get it done because it was just him and Edelman.
He definitely had to put more effort into last year than he has in a while.
It's going to be a lot easier for him this year because he's going to have 2 tight ends that come across the middle. And he's got 2 receivers that can go a little bit deeper. They're on 25-yard routes, and that's it. You're not going to see a bunch of downfield threats. Mike Evans and Goodwin aren't going to have the stats they had last year, but they may have more touchdowns and not have the yards because you get in the end zone. Those are big receivers that Tom can hit in the corner with, and he's always done it.
He doesn't have a running game there, but he didn't have much of a running game.
He's never really had a big running game.
No, he's never had a running game except for when they had Blunt.
Right.
I think the best running back he ever had was Corey Dillon.
Yeah, Corey Dillon, too.
In the beginning of his years.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Early on.
Yeah.
Right.
That was
Well,
the best
Blunt was pretty good for him too, because Blunt was a north-south
Yeah,
runner.
Blunt was
Well,
pretty
Blunt,
good.
yeah, Blunt was just that big guy. He just a goal line, but Blunt, if it wasn't in like the 5-yard line, Blunt wasn't that. Unless it was short yardage or a goal line, Blunt wasn't the guy that got the name called. It was always the scat back that would dump off to the flats or run. Blunt was a lot of touchdowns in that system.
He might have had a lot of tattoos.
A lot of touchdowns in that system because they use him in the goal line all day long.
Sure.
But
Yeah, well, it's going to be an interesting year.
Yeah, it will.
To say.
oh yeah, I could.
I think
Especially
there's going
with
to be some surprising teams.
Yep.
and I think that's what it is because of this with this shortened off season and everything, teams are gonna have to start to simplify their offense and defenses, which you're gonna see. That's another thing I think is gonna help the transition of Tom Brady because it's gonna be a simplified offense. Same thing with Cleveland and Baker Mayfield. It's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be crazy because it's gonna be a simplified offense. It's gonna be this is what we're doing.
I don't think you're going to see what Baker's all about until at least week 5 or week 6.
Scott O'Connor in the
It's
chat
gonna take
asked.
time. I mean, he just doesn't get it. He's going to have to learn the system. They're going to have to learn each other, and it could be a shorter preseason this year. Anything could change.
Well, I think
And
in a normal year,
The poor dude just hasn't got. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. But to be fair, it's just a guy that likes sports. He hasn't got a fair break with 4 head coaches in 3 years.
Yeah.
something like that. But honestly, I think
that's not fair for any quarterback.
No, definitely not.
I think he's a better chance of showing early signs of success this year because of, like I said, the shortened offseason and the simplified offensive defense. It's not going to be as...
Yeah, he could.
So I think he'll be better suited this year to learn this offense, the basics. It's going to be the bare bones with a little bit of meat on there. Nothing crazy, not the full offense that Stefanski wants to run. And then they're going to try a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here. So it's not going to be like, here it is, let's go. He's going to be like, all right, this is what we're going to do. So I think he has a better off. I think by week 5 and 6, you're going to see more improvements. But I don't think we're going to see like a regression in Baker than week 1. I think we're going to see a better Baker week 1.
No.
A better Baker week 1 than we saw last year.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right. I mean, look what the Browns' new head coach did for Case Keenum.
Right.
I think that's the only reason he came to Cleveland.
Look what he did with Kirk Cousins. Like Kirk Cousins in Washington was
Yeah.
kind of like hit or miss, and then Kirk Cousins last year had the best season of his career was Stefanski.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback coach.
Offensive coordinator. He puts in good systems. They're easy to learn systems, and they're not complicated either. That's why I think it's a better. I think if McDaniel came in, it'd be a little more intense.
Sure.
But they're also similar.
It's definitely going to be a season where everybody's going to be able to talk about somebody because I don't really see a team right now that's going to be bad, like real bad.
In the division,
No, I mean just in the NFL period.
Jacksonville.
I think they'll still be okay. I think they'll be competitive.
They lost a lot of pieces. They lost defensive pieces. The Ramsey's gone.
Sure.
Clarence Campbell's gone.
You got the other defensive end. I can't even pronounce his name, but he
Doesn't
want to play for them.
He'll be traded before the season starts. I mean, they're going to be.
Fournette will probably be gone. Yeah.
Fournette, he had trade talks. I mean, that could be something. That, Pittsburgh right there. If you could trade a second-round pick for Fournette.
I thought they cut him.
No, he's on trade
No,
block.
not
He's on
Fournette.
trade block.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh offered him a 3rd round for next year, and they denied that.
yeah, 3rd round from that. If you have to go to 2nd round, I'm pretty sure a 2nd round for this running back.
Yeah, see, nobody's going to do a 2nd round because Fournette's not going to stick around.
I think Fournette in Pittsburgh would like his situation in Pittsburgh. That's a winning franchise. The culture that he would like. He reminds me he's a quicker. I think he's a quicker like Jerome Bettis.
Sure. I agree.
I could see
But
him being
also
like.
been accident prone.
Yeah, but you gotta think. He doesn't want to be in Jacksonville. Like he had that one bad year and he had his issues, and then he came back and he balled out because he learned he's like I have to mature. He came out and said it.
Nobody wants to be in Jacksonville.
He matured and had a great season, a Reed Cooper season. He found fresh legs, and now they just they won't pay him. They want to do blah blah blah, so he just wants out.
Right.
It's all money thing. I think Pittsburgh traded a 1st round pick for Minka Fitzpatrick. Right? You see how that worked out. It worked out great. No one's arguing that trade.
Absolutely.
I'm not arguing that trade.
Right.
Everyone's like, well, you need a quarterback. Yeah, well, you can ensure the quarterback's going to do what Minka did, and because Minka won you guys 2 or 3 games guaranteed.
Oh, I guarantee. Yeah, I agree 100%. I think that was when they traded for it. I said, well, there's our first round pick. I mean,
Everybody thought that too. Since I'm not a fan of it, I looked at it this way: you have a proven talent that is a top 5 safety in the NFL right now. Can you tell me?
On the team for 4 more years.
Tell me right now that because that was what pick 17 the Pittsburgh had or 16?
Yeah, 17.
17. So pick 17. Can you tell me at pick 17 you're gonna find a player of Minkah Fitzpatrick caliber? No. But nobody in Pittsburgh and no fans in Pittsburgh thought like that. They're just like, oh man, our first round pick's gone because they like to watch the draft year pick. They didn't look at it like, okay.
See, I did. The way I looked at it was as long as we got out of the top 12, we were okay.
I think even like, unless you guys were 100% dead set on grabbing a receiver, if you were in the
I don't
top
think they were.
That's what I'm saying. So if you landed at number 11 and you guys weren't 100% taking a receiver because the top linebacker is gone, the top defensive end's gone, the top 2 defensive tackles gone, and your offensive line's okay. So I don't think you guys took your biggest need have been running back, and that's a stretch. You're not drafting a running back in almost the top 10 in this draft. There's no Barkley there.
No.
So receiver.
No, I mean McFarland could actually do the job.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You didn't have to draft him. If we weren't going receiver this year, Garrett, if Pittsburgh was not 100% sold, we're adding a top flight receiver, the best available. Then why not? You didn't lose by trading that pick because you got a player.
Yeah, I didn't understand Pittsburgh's draft this year. It didn't. To me, didn't make sense.
Yeah, they're a little weird. A lot of teams drafted a little weird. I think they drafted more safe than.
Sure.
Because the unknown with the players, not much FaceTime, personal time, and
It was weird with it. Ravens definitely killed it for sure.
Ravens got.
I agree. I think the Ravens had the best draft this year. I mean,
Bengals had a pretty good draft
too.
Like,
Bengals weren't bad either.
They have T. Higgins, Joe Burrow. I mean, they got some pieces there. They got a tackle.
I'm not sold on Joe Burrow, man. Like, I'm really not. I mean, look at the weapons he had at LSU. I mean, that was a very talented piece, man.
Now you look at this way, you have a healthy AJ Green, a Boyd he's an underrated receiver. Your offensive line is the guy that they drafted last year. McKinley is coming back. He's 100% now.
Yeah, he's coming back. Yeah, he's good.
So now you have because that's what Andy Dalton couldn't stay off his back, right?
And
then he was hurt, and then the quarterback they could not protect him. So even though I don't care who you have, you could have Chris Carter, Randy Moss, and Jerry Rice on that team, and if you had the offensive line they had, and Joe Montana or Steve Young on that team, you're not going to have a productive team because you can't.
No, I agree.
So that offensive line is 100% better, and now you have Boyd, Ross, Green, Nixon. You have weapons. I think Joe Burrow has enough weapons and has great weapons in Cincinnati for a rookie, and plus
he has a lot of looks. To me, he has like that look of like the Ryan Leaf. That could be really, really good, but it's his mindset there. Because I don't believe his mindset's all the way there.
That would be the Bengals' luck.
I don't know. Ryan Leaf in college was the guy. Like he was boom boom.
Yeah, he was
the whole way there. He was he was wanted though.
It was 1 year though.
But he was a college guy. He was there. He was wanted, and he got beat out by quarterbacks in Ohio State that aren't NFL quarterbacks.
Sure. No, I agree.
So there's a chip on his shoulder.
I'm just saying the way the hype went around him.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the way the hype went around him.
It's because look what he did his first year at LSU compared to his last year in LSU. He flipped the switch and balled off. So they're going to be hyped. No, I don't care what quarterback you are. You can have Peyton Manning stats like that. Like Peyton Manning can have those stats. You're hyped.
I think didn't all 11 of their offensive players go in the draft?
Yeah, every single offensive player on that team got drafted somewhere in the draft.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, that kid had everything that he needed. I mean,
yeah, but do you really count fifth, sixth, and seventh round players like true NFL talent? Because I can't.
No.
You'll find the diamonds in the rough. Don't get me wrong. Like there's ones, but 85% of the fifth, sixth, and seventh round players are out of the NFL and after training camp.
Right. And that's just like I really believe, and people tell me I'm crazy, but I really believe Chase Young should have stayed one more year.
I wish he would have.
I think he should have. I mean, if you look at the last 3 games of the year, they figured him out. He couldn't even get into the line.
He didn't get sacks, but he had a lot of quarterback pressures. And that's
Yeah.
what if you look at Jadeveon Clowney's game, he might not have a lot of stats, but he's in the backfield pressuring the quarterback and causing quick throws. And that's what he did against. He might not have sacked Trevor Lawrence, but he was back there causing Trevor Lawrence to think quickly and throw the ball and react. And that's
Yeah, but if you've got a good pulling guard, you can take him out of the game really quick.
but if you have one of those, but you
He's
can't.
not that big.
Yeah,
He's not
how
that
many
big of a
those are there
guy.
around?
Yeah, but there's not that many of those great guards. There's not many Petonios in the NFL. And
Sure. No, I mean, I get it, but you could game plan against him.
look at Nick Bosa.
I just
Nick
don't know.
Bosa didn't
I
have the
just don't know if
stats.
he was NFL ready yet.
Nick Bosa doesn't have the stats that Chase Young had. Look at Nick Bosa.
Yeah, but it's also the system he's in.
You look at Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera literally taught Julius Peppers coached up Julius Peppers.
I mean, it's going to be a wait. I just don't think he was ready. I don't think you're going to see like the outbreak. Like everybody's going to be like, "Oh wow, look at this!" Just like everybody thought Bush with Pittsburgh was going to be like outstanding, great. He's going to, and towards the end of the year, you're like, "Oh shit, they figured him out." He was kind of taken out of the game as well.
Well, linebackers are a different thing. There's like, I can't really compare linebackers.
So with the
I'm talking. I'm using size wise. There's, you know what I mean, like the size wise.
You don't think
they're figuring out the hybrids only work for a certain amount of time.
You think Devin Bush is a hybrid?
Yeah, I mean he's not a huge dude.
But you don't think he has a frame to put on weight? You don't think he's gonna do that?
No, I don't. I think they want to keep him like a Ryan Shazier, fast,
How'd that work
running
out
all
for
over the
Shazier?
field. Yeah, exactly.
as far as Chase Young goes, Scott O'Connor in the chat said you could double team Chase Young. Yes, he'll get pressure. That's important. He's right to go to the NFL.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Sacks are such an in my opinion, are the most overrated stat on the defensive
You
ball.
you can't always look at sack numbers.
Just because you sack the quarterback, just because you don't sack the quarterback doesn't mean you didn't. Because Chase Young gets
pressures
back,
are just as important.
If Chase Young gets back there and pressures the quarterback, and the quarterback throws an interception, Chase Young is just as responsible for that. Just as responsible for that interception as the DB is.
I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think he's ready.
Nobody
I
thought
just
Nick
don't-
Bosa was ready either. That's the thing.
Well,
Nick Bosa, boom.
Time will tell.
I
Time will
think
tell.
he's in a good situation because it's a team that's not having high expectations.
He's got the coach he needs.
Yes.
That's
a great
that's
coach.
key.
And then you got there's other weapons on that line that can take pressure off him. He's not the only guy on that line. So like you got Sweat, and then you have I can't remember the interior defense lineman name to save my life, but you got Kerrigan. I think is in there. So I mean, there's a lot of weapons on that defensive line that's going to help.
As long as the offense can stay on the field,
Whose offense?
they got to be able to
Washington.
give him a break.
Who?
Washington's offense.
Well, yeah, that's with anybody. That's the same with any defensive lineman.
Yes, Scott said if any four of us were him, we would have done the same thing and went to the NFL.
Oh, sure. I mean, no, sure. I mean, money wise, yeah, in a heartbeat. But
Right.
See, the only person
I think
only defensive end in Ohio State that I thought should have stayed was Joey Bosa. It was just so he could play with his brother one
Yeah,
year.
that would have been cool for 1 year.
And I think he had been the only one to do it. That's the only one to do it. So, I mean, should have done it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every other person, I think they made the right choice. Because
I don't know. I think one more year. He would have been.
when you're projected as a top 3 pick, top 2 pick, I'm not risking guaranteed money like that for an injury. I'm not doing it. I'm not going back to college.
No, I mean money wise, no, but
There's not. Well, if he stays in college this year, there might not even be a college football.
That's
season.
what I was about to say. Even though you didn't know at the time, what if he had stayed and then
There's no
because they don't
season.
play this year? That would have been bad.
right.
So you don't know.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have been bad for him. He'd have still went probably at
Right.
the top.
Yeah, he still
You know
would have
what
been
I
a top pick.
Yeah, but then you just had to wait, and it was like a last. But are you going to be as ready to go? Because are you going to have this? Are you going to be able to be in football shape without actually playing football and training like that? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
but are any of these guys going to be in football shape? None of them are doing anything right now.
Well, they had that season though. I'm saying, but he's not going to have. So he gets off for this last season, and then goes through the whole year without having an actual football season, and then goes to the draft. These people are just missing an off season of training, not a whole football season. So he had all year playing football, and then he just missed a couple months. If he went to stayed in the college football in no season, he's gonna have from like this January all the way to like next April, like April of 2021.
Right.
So he can have a lot more time off. So I mean, it's all hindsight, but
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's time will tell. It's just my own opinion, and everybody's got, sports fans have their own opinions.
No doubt.
I just think like he was the safest prospect in this draft, to be honest with you. Even with quarterbacks, because I don't think any of the top quarterbacks are guarantees. Burrow will probably be the closest. Tua's hip injury scares me. Herbert, I don't know.
He's kind of the unknown.
He's a hit or miss, and then you got all these other quarterbacks that are just like, I don't know if there's anything.
I agree. I think he was the safe pick.
He's a safe.
Yeah, no, me too.
Well,
guys, it was fun talking to you, man. I wanted to call in.
Yeah, appreciate you calling in,
I'm
Glenn.
glad you guys are back. I'm glad you guys are back at it again.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, keep up the good work, and we'll be listening in, man.
All right, have a good night, bud. We'll see you later.
All right, we'll see you.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, so our first caller, we had a pretty long one there.
You're right.
It was all good, though. Good stuff. So, do we want to get into
No.
baseball, or we just wanted to?
There's no baseball. Like, I don't. There's like this.
Well, supposedly the teams are being told to prepare to play July 1st. I guess spring training, like early June, like a second
2-3 week
training.
2-3 week spring training, and then we go. Yeah. That's
And
what I
then
heard.
you see the Cavs return to practice today. Cavs in Portland. So there's NBA teams starting to trickle back. Yeah, Portland went back as well. They were the two teams today that started back at their facilities.
Yeah, but you only have like 4 or 5 people in this.
Yeah, it's limited. I mean, they're working their way back. I think at some point the NBA will be back as well. So hopefully it's all coming together and we can get sports back here. In the next
I think sports will be there. I still think there'll be fans. So
that's the thing. They're going to come back, but they're not going to. At least not initially. Not going to have fans. I think the only one that has a shot at having fans is probably NFL at this point.
And I think the only team there, I don't even know if that's going to happen. I think, because I don't know if it's going to be safe. And if state governments are going to allow you to have 30,000 people in one area,
right?
So close together.
It might be like a certain amount of fans where they're spaced enough apart.
I don't think teams are.
Could be better. Is
the team really going to want to?
I think it depends on. I think they're going to look at baseball and basketball and see how that goes and see
TV ratings, because you got to think everybody that's not going to the games are going to be watching the games.
Oh yeah, there's going to be TV ratings.
And NFL makes their money off of TV ratings. I don't care. It's not like baseball and NBA where they make their money off of selling tickets. Like that's one of their bigger things. NFL could not sell any tickets and still make billions of dollars off of TV revenue.
Right.
That's just how it is. That's the golden ticket the NFL has over any other Power 5 sport or Power 3, whatever you want to call it.
I'm interested to see with baseball if they're going to end up playing at their home ballparks or playing in Arizona and Florida like they talked about 2 leagues, Cactus and Grapefruit League.
See, I read something that neither one of those options were actual options the MLB came up with. These are all just like fans.
But I knew you said the 10-team deal.
Yeah,
10 team divisions. Yeah.
Yeah. That was, I don't know, the MLB came out and told a reporter or somebody close, an MLB writer, that was not us. That was not a MLB affiliated statement or idea. So that's a definite no. So.
Scott said, "Can't they still have fans, but have them at a safe distance?" I think that's what they're trying to figure out right now.
Yeah, but are the owners going to want to operate like? You got to think how many. Because you're going to have to put security guards. You have to put concession stands, maintenance guys, medical. You're going to have all these people in the stands regardless because you have X amount of people.
Well, you're going to have media.
Media, so you're going to have all these people.
Your broadcasters and all that.
So is it going to be financially feasible to run at almost full capacity, but with half the capacity of attendance? You know what I mean?
Right.
Would they be better off of just going, you know what? Until we can do this 100%, we're just going to run no fans.
Right.
And I think that's what the owner, because the owners are all about making money, right? That's bottom line is the dollar bills.
Yeah.
So if they're going to lose money by opening up, or if they're going to lose more money opening a stadium to fans than they're going to make with selling tickets, I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Really don't.
I agree. I think it's going to be...
Because you're going to sell a ticket, everyone's going to buy cheap tickets. Say they limit it, right? Let's say they limit it to like 10,000 fans, right? A third of the people come in. People are going to start buying like cheaper tickets and they're going to move. What keeps them from moving down?
Yeah.
Are you physically going to be like, no? Like, are they going to, no?
I think they're going to come back with no fans, and it'll be weird to watch, but I don't care at this point. I'm ready for it to be back. It's been a long drought. Long, agonizing drought. All right, so you got anything else? We went pretty long this week, almost an hour and a half. Hour and 14 minutes, actually.
Yeah, my mouth hurts. I haven't talked this much in a while.
I know.
I gotta get back in the groove. I gotta let those. I know.
Yeah, we were kind of
Like-
getting back in the saddle this week and working out the rust.
Yo, I was thinking about like ending it before that phone call. To be honest, I was like, dude, I got nothing. And then he
And
called. I was like,
Glenn saved it. It was nice to have a caller. He brought some good takes, so hopefully we can get some more callers here in the coming weeks and figure out that freaking press 1 to accept the call. Ravens trying to cut Earl Thomas. Oh, really? Wow. So Ravens might be cutting Earl Thomas after his...
because he got
Getting
done with the
caught
guy,
by his wife.
He's gonna get cut. That's a bullshit.
Yeah, that's not worthy
know what?
of being cut. Come on.
Cut him. Let him go to Cleveland.
I can understand
That's
if
a safety right there that you guys could sign.
he raped somebody or...
He didn't even do anything.
Right,
He
that's
looked-
what I mean.
He cheated on. He cheated on his wife.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Call. We expect you to call in next week. Appreciate it.
Whatever. That's some bullshit, man.
All right. I guess we're done for this week. Nice to be back. We'll be back again
In 3 weeks.
next week. Same time, same place. Hopefully. Yeah, this number should be permanent now. We kind of screwed around with
Is
a
this the
couple of...
burner one, not the... Okay.
Yeah. So 330-362-8120. Write it down. Call in next week. Talk to us, and we'll have fun. Until then, have a good night, guys. Have a
Go
good weekend.
Titans.
We will talk to you next week. See you.